Beating Manchester City's not a bad game at all. However, if you don't back it up and you know you can be on bad form, maybe it's not all good. We have 81 million euros in our bank at the moment. After that City game, and fifth, still chasing Champions League spots. With Barcelona, which isn't great, and I'd love to stay unbeaten in the league phase. With Real Madrid, the team actually chasing us, and Atleti. But that huge result against Manchester City, I think buys us some time to actually sim some games. We've got some cup coming up, and we want to get towards maybe February, March. If we do make it through in the Champions League, maybe we play the first round of 16 games, as that could be quite fun. We do still have the goalkeeper out injured. Joan Garcia as our first sim. That has halted our progression. A 2-1 loss in La Liga. Are you kidding me? That gap opens up again between us and Champions League places. But as you can see, heavy rotation for Celta Vigo away from home. It's not going to be easy, and it is going to be a sim. As after all this season, despite my love for domestic competitions like the Copa de España, we have to be focusing on other competitions. Lamine Yamal a little bit tired, but he will get a rest at some point, and that's brilliant. We progress with a weaker team. Rooney Bargi got a bit of game time. Pau Barça wants a new contract. And Fermin not fully happy that he's sharing game time with Dani Olmo, which is a weird one. Dani Olmo got them decent stats, but is only a rating higher than a guy 5 years younger than him. And really, how can you knock him? How can you knock Fermin? He is brilliant, as them teams above us just aren't losing more than one. Athletic Club with the 1 defeat, as Dani Olmo does come in for this game in the league, and the more I think about it, Ansu Fati isn't getting the game time here. He is still way off a striker. I think I'm going to switch it to a left winger, and maybe in January find a striker, because I do have a striker definitely in mind to sign. Despite the money we have as Pau Barça, here he is signing the new contract. Delighted for him and delighted for Voltemada and Pedri netting in that last game, as here we go. We knew we were losing this man here. Ter Stegen back to Germany on a permanent to Frankfurt, leaving me actually questioning, is Joan Garcia fit? He is. And we do have a backup in Iñaki Peña now, who statistically isn't great. He's got an 80 stat in his kicking. And we do have a cup coming up soon, but the cup isn't right now. With this being the team for the league, we're going to play the league, play the Super Copa, and then I think after the Super Copa, or maybe a little bit after that, we'll make our signing, as that game, Celta Vigo beat us 3-0. I will not and shall not accept that result again. Moving into the Super Copa. Hopefully a win in this one. A bit of squad rotation as Gavi into Fermin. Out to wide. No Lamine Yamal. It's Rooney Bargi, who is looking towards Rafinha, trying to go winger to winger still. As win this game and then win the next one, we should have a trophy despite a really horrific season in the league. Rafinha tweets onto that one very quickly. I like it. Pedri onto Voltemada, offside. And I think that's why we do need another striker in our ranks. As yes, Voltemada's scored a lot, but when you see we're losing 2-0, it shows that he's scoring a lot in games which we are winning only, and not being a game changer himself. With Rafinha getting the ball from Pedri. Rafinha with the skill around the corner. Pedri tries to drill it. 15 minutes into this one, we are doing well against the league leaders in this cup competition. Fermin for Rooney Bargi to blast. At least with a better team, we can say, definitely, no question about it, as Rooney Bargi gets the ball back. And Gavi, this is a chance to run right now. We've got 3 minutes left. Rooney Bargi, he is running through. Fermin is at the near post, and at the back post, it's the captain, Pedri. Not impressed, though. Not impressed. We are still 0-0 with Sociedad. Yes, they're top of the league, and yes, we have Yamal on our bench, but I did think this was the time to actually rest him. We do very well at wrestling the ball back, but lose it again. Martin picks up a yellow card as well. A terrible tackle, but Fermin, that's a panicked ball by Rafinha. We're going to be out of this. They're going from range. And I don't think Iñaki Peña saw it coming. Real Sociedad getting on top a little bit here. Oyarzabal. That is a brilliant stop. Firmin. He needs to get that pass right onto Rooney Badji. Tried to look for Voltemade, but I timed it a little better. He's terrible at making forward runs. If we don't hurry up here, we're going to get beaten on penalties. I know it, as we're reaching the end of the game there. That was almost an own goal from their man. With the final whistle now blowing. Straight to pens? Or is it extra time? Okay, it's extra time. Okay, I don't mind that. Rooney Badji, get us back into this one, please. It's Voltemade around the corner into Rooney again. Just whip it into the box there. Pedri did very well. And that's the end of the half. Nothing coming in 15 minutes. And in fact, nothing coming in the next 15. That was a really boring one. So to penalties we go. I can't believe I'm saying this. But against Sociedad, who we should have had wrapped up. Nick Voltemade, a really poor display from him. Scores his spot kick with ease. Mikel Oyarzabal now. We've still got Iñaki Peña in goal. That movement stopped him from saving that one. Rafinha is a man I rely upon to hammer this in the top corner, which he doesn't do. Brian Mendes, a decent playmaker for Sociedad. Need to dive to the right side, and we don't. Barcelona down on penalties here. Firmin down the middle, please. That's not down the middle at all. I tried to dummy it one way, then change my mind late on as Kubo with a huge chance for Sociedad right here. He's missed it. Okay, Barcelona in this game, if Rooney Badji scores, decided against Lamine Yamal. He does score a beautiful kick with Zakarian up next. Can we try and put him off? He's not going to go down the middle. He's going to go wide. How are we still alive in these spot kicks? Now, Pedri, you're going down the middle, and you are scoring with the pressure now on Borene. This is only to reach a final, of course, not win anything. Please let him miss. Oh, we should have saved it. We should have saved it. Denzel Dumfries. We're going to go to the right-hand side. It's a goal. Sudden death. Penalties for Barcelona, leading up to a save right here because Marin's not going to score. He's going to miss, and I knew it. I knew it! What a comeback on pens! Lovely work from all, and a transfer offer has been received for Balde. We either renew the contract or allow him to leave. And seeing as we just renewed the deal, he's on 150k a week. This might mean we have to lose Balde. According to the unexpected event, it's from Juventus with Francisco Conceição included in the deal. Not bothered about the player, but give us the money and you can have him. As now we've got to try and find a replacement. I am going to replace a few players now for the final of the Super Copa. There we go, freshening it up a little. Don't know why Lamine's still tired. Fatty now to a left wing. And despite Balde threatening to leave, I am going to sign a striker before he does depart the club, as a striker is what I had my mind on first. And there's a very underrated man, kind of used to sitting on a bench and kind of used to playing up front. It's Manchester City's Omar Marmoush. He has the finesse shot, he has pace, he's a different outlet, I would say, completely different to Nick Voltemade, and only should cost half of our budget. So whatever we get from Balde, I still have a replacement in mind for him. We should be able to afford. There he goes, onto the striker drill. 29 weeks it'll take him. And onto the bench for this clash, where we still could potentially be winning a trophy. Of course, we face Real, another team that had to go through penalties. Against Atleti, granted, but come on. I'm a little worried about Gerard Martin, but still I think he's actually capable. With Nick Voltemade looking out wide straight away. Lamine Yamal, I think Nick knows he has to be better here. Lamine Yamal on the travel though. All the way, can he go? It's saved by Thibaut Courtois. Don't want a penalty shootout here. Jules Koundé, a good tackle, but he's lost it again. And he's won it again against his French teammate Eduardo Camavinga. Lamine Yamal, that's put us under pressure. Bellingham onto Kylian Mbappe. Kabasi, he slides in. The block's not made. Jules Koundé does make the block. Iñaki Peña still in goal as well. Rafinha gets the ball from Voltemade. Voltemade steps around his man. Very good skill from him. Now Rafinha. Rafinha needs that run. It's Dani Olmo. If he could put us 1-0 up. That fight between him and Firmin. I don't know. Dani Olmo knows how to score. I'm yet to see moves like this consistently from the La Masia graduate Firmin. As a goal. Finally. And I think Real Madrid have been good. We're not settled in this, and we're definitely not winning because that's a brilliant move if the score stays the same. I've been wrong before, but I think there's another goal in this, as Frankie de Jong has got the tiki-taka play style, tries to play some tiki-taka and loses it. Jude Bellingham around the corner, Vinny Jr., Kylian Mbappe sold me with a pass, and that's a big save, Iñaki Peña, but not cleared into Vinny. Another big save. Well, Valverde was the shot on Peña. Sensational from the new backup goalie instead of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. And Fede Valverde picks up on that. Brilliant tackle. Rafinha, we need to get away. Lamine Yamal with the first time ball over to Voldemade. He should have been in the box to try and block headers, but he's up front going for a shot. He wasn't outpacing anyone, and Vinny Jr. is outpacing the defenders here. Jules Koundé or Denzel Dumfries. They're both reading the game the same. Very dodgy reading, though, and screening from Iñaki Peña, who's been good. I'd hate for a mistake, as now Rafinha. We've got three agile players up front, and Marmoush. Okay, rustiness to start off with, which is acceptable. And Vinny Jr., terrible back pass, lands at the feet of Dani Olmo. Come on, tiki-taka like Barcelona. That's a brilliant ball through. They lunged. They didn't get it. Lamine Yamal, he gets it. If we can get a pass in the middle here. Come on, De Jong, you're better than that. So close with the opportunity. Need the header away. Gerard Marin on a yellow. Rafinha fails to clear. We got the block in. He was offside anyway. On to Rafinha, dinking it through the middle. That would have been good if it landed at feet. And now it lands at Marmoush's feet, who shoots. It falls to Lamine Yamal, who's been very quiet here. Not the best of games for himself. And Real Madrid are going to try attacking really quickly. I'm going to take a yellow card for that tackle. Don't mind doing it at all. As there goes Kylian Mbappe. Just head that back. Calm as you like, Kabasi. I was wrong. A 1-0 will be enough to win the Super Copa. Despite how bad we've been this season, Rafinha has the armband back. He snuck round his bicep somehow. Unusual, but we'll take it. Marmoush had a decent debut off the bench, but I want to see what's happening with this man, Alejandro Balde. See if he is going to leave the club, and I've usually gone for Pedri as captain. I think it does stay with Rafinha now. He is 30. He's got the age of experience, or the experience of age, with 30 million left. Not enough for signings now as the Copa de España just rolls around the corner, just like that. No time to breathe here. Same team, a 1-0 win. Nick Voltemade, he's got something to prove here. He gets back-to-back goals in the same week. As I'm sticking with my team, we're back into Champions League action next. We're still a few points off. We can be, I think that's 7 points if we win off Sociedad. Real Madrid with that game in hand, but we can't afford to lose as Feyenoord. And Hotel Mayhem for this game. Okay, I am going to change the team sheet to freshen up the players anyway. Rafinha saying he's shattered. I think that's because of the mayhem. So I'm going to change it to this. It could potentially be Balde's last game. And that mayhem didn't work. Feyenoord still are beaten, as we're slightly beaten, losing Alejandro Balde. I really didn't want to get rid of him, and he actually chose Manchester City. Still huge money, and 188 million before we play Real Sociedad, who we already have done, a few tired players, but what's worse than not having a left back? Having a tired, bad backup in Martin. He really struggled against Real Madrid and Sociedad, both the games we played with him. So I'm going to try and mark a return to Barcelona for Masia graduate, I'm sure, who was let go. Chelsea have loads of players, so Matt Cucurella's back. I'm ready to step in, as what a win. What a huge win. 2 braces against Sociedad, with a 1-0 win over Monaco, surely topping our Champions League phase. Despite injury to Kabasi, 7 weeks for the 20-year-old. That is alongside Eric Garcia, so we're going to have to trust Araujo, who actually does help us get the win. A crucial win over the Athletic Club, a team that were above us, and I do want to get onto the Champions League today, which shouldn't be in this month because we won the league phase, I'm sure. Yep, meaning we enter later. First over Real Madrid, 22 points. It was 1 draw and 3 goals conceded. That is excellent. As for the next game, Araujo a little bit tired. We play Racing Club, and that's going to be the team I go with. Hopefully some position swaps to make. With Marc Bernal to a right back. I said I wanted that doing last season. And despite not being a striker yet, Marmoush will stay up front for this cup game against Racing Club from the 2nd Division. A snow day in Spain? Are you okay? Where is Racing Club situated? In Antarctica or something? As they come through with the first attack. I've kept Cucurella in this team. I've kept our 90-rated goalkeeper, Joan Garcia, with Iñaki Peña being the Super Copa goalkeeper. He got some game time in the Champions League as well. And plus, he accepted being third choice. I think to be backup, he wouldn't have expected, because we had Szczesny, we had Ter Stegen. But anyway, enough on the backup goalie who isn't playing. We're against it a little bit here. A decent tackle. Now Pedri. We rotated maybe a bit too much. Ansu Fati can't repeat Rafinha's success at getting behind. Unless he does right here. The 33 with the ball. He needs that overlap from Marc Cucurella. It just isn't coming. He is playing wing back. He's maybe not used to Barcelona tactics just yet. Gavi, feed that through. This is good football. Ansu Fati needed a first touch. Better than that. He was never scoring. However, he was forcing a corner, and we should be the better team. Ronald Araujo. Gotta score the header. Gotta score the header. Unlucky as now Pedri into Ansu Fati. The half is actually escaping us right here. But Dani Olmo, there's the opening goal. Beautiful from Dani. He does flips and he loves a cup competition. If you haven't seen the dink he scored against, was it Inter? Absolutely chef's kiss. I'd recommend scouring the channel for that one. Diego Fuentes into Puerta. We're moving back a little bit here, lads. Do not let them run with the ball. Jules Koundé, good tackle. Gavi now round the corner. Rooney Bargi fizzes that one into Dani Olmo. Marmouche, he does have his first Barcelona goal, finally. I mean, technically it's not took long. It's the month after making the transfers. And now the floodgates should open. Although we don't need to make any changes, this is the weakest squad, so we can continue to actually play with it. Very happy. Very happy with the way it's going. Would just love a few more goals. Rooney Bargi, Marmouche was through, but it is Pedri who takes it on. 3-0, the captain, or vice-captain now, sorry. That has gone back to Rafinha with that experience. Marmouche holding players off right here. We can't forget it's just Racing Club, but we are racing to a 4-0 lead. Rooney Bargi getting the other goal. I wish it would have just gone on for longer. That is us through, and Real Madrid are out. That's a huge shock to the system, and potentially a chance to win something again. Over them, as we need to jump over them. The gap is only 3 points. We've got better goal difference. No issue with scoring goals. I think I'm still going to sim Espanyol and potentially sim Real Madrid. I am desperate to see who we've got in the Champions League after last year's failures, as Marmouche again gets a goal against Girona now. Winning us the game late on, same as Rafinha in our first of 2 semi-finals. We've got to play Espanyol yet again, and Sevilla are behind us. Still trying to catch the top 4 as Rafinha, player of the match. For a second there, I thought it was saying player of the month, as this man's still not happy with no game time. Firmin, Dani Olmo against him. It is such a difficult choice. Now, Dani Olmo's a little less sharp, so Firmin comes back into the squad. We're low on centre-backs due to that injury we did receive. On Kubasi, and still got Eric Garcia out. He's out for 5 weeks. Maybe Dumfries could try go centrally. I mean, he is very decent. 85 rated centre-back. That would be good. Or Gerard Martin, a left-footed centre-back even. That'd be even better, as our top scorer this season is Voltemada. Not what I expected to see, as a 3-0 win over Sevilla, a 2-0 win over Espanyol, but this one in the league, and a derby draw in El Clasico. This one actually in the league as well. For once, as the semi-finals is what's showing, but the Champions League, right, it's arranged. We've got Marseille. I think we should be beating those. Potentially the easiest games. Don't know why they've got Jared Bowen and Matty Cash. Best player, Igor Paxiao. Decent player, Quinton Timber as well. Still, we've got to keep doing our thing. We're into the Copa de España finale with a big win. And a big win against Sporting Gijon. I've now learnt their call. With the Champions League up next. And yes, I am going to simulate that first leg. I feel like I'm simming a lot today. We've got a cup final in the next episode. Athletic Club. With some very tired faces now. Lamine, Firmin and Araujo. I've asked a lot of them, so taking a risk for this first simulated game. Martin filling in at centre-back. Bargi and Olmo, as it's a 3-2 win. Okay, Rooney Bargi, not a bad gamble at all. But still, narrow scoreline, so league, I'm sorry, it's got to be rotated there. Despite us still wanting to do well in it. Hector Fort, Bargi and Olmo still get us a win. I can't believe it. Right, we've still got to win in the Champions League more convincingly. It's at home as well, this one. We went to France and got a decent result for a place in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Didn't get there last year. 'Twas a difficult one, a sour one, because we should have actually been against Newcastle, but we weren't. We were against PSG. Thank you, EA Live Points, for that one. As now we've got to go and try and beat a sturdy team in Europe. I think they've been in the Europa League this year. Oh no, they were knocked out in the Champions League by Benfica and Jose Mourinho's masterclasses. Is that handball? Yes, it is. I will take a 4th minute penalty. Balde. He can't do that. He can't block it with his hands. And yes, he stuck his hand on an unnatural position. 100% a penalty. And Rafinha starts us off very well. We know they can be high scorers in the Champions League, but the captain starts us off very nicely. 4-2 now on aggregate, what we needed. And what the doctor ordered is hoof that away. Now need to get upfield and put pressure on them to hopefully leak more goals and not cause a comeback here. It's Pax Diao. He's got around us somehow. Jules Koundé, brilliant tackle. Lamine Yamal, fully fit. Feel sorry for Rooney Badji actually dropping him after his brace in France. But Lamine Yamal just has to play for Barcelona. That is a brilliant turn. And he should have had a goal in this fixture. Despite Voltemata's goals, I'm not really excited by his play, especially in game. And I know that kind of sounds a bit weird, because he does the business, he scores the goals. But I want more than that, so let's just try and save him for the tough league run-in. And experiment. With 45 minutes, Marmouche is up front. He's definitely still strong enough to play against Marseille with the wingers at the side of him, and Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. This play already has improved, and Rafinha, he should have had a brace in this game. Rafinha now onto Marc Cucurella. A cross into Jules Koundé, Frankie de Jong. That's a brilliant ball out wide as well. Come on, he should get his head back on the game after missing that chance right there. And Fermin wouldn't have been happy if Dani Olmo would have turned and scored in the Champions League. Needed to get a little goal there. Jules Koundé. Don't let Marseille back in this very late on here. Emerson going forward. Their wing-backs are what I aspire for our wing-backs to kind of be. I think they've done some decent running. Cucurella's not used to this squad right now, and that is tiki-taka. Oh, Marmouche, turn around. Not looking as they're crossing the ball. They're running out of time in this Champions League game. I want to see who we get next. Balde into Angel Gomez right now on the ball. Agurd tries to get it over Araujo. He was on a yellow card. As can we kill this game off? Omar Marmouche into Frankie de Jong. This is Barcelona. We've still got to beat tiki-taka and cross the ball. That is in towards Lamine Yamal. What a save. De Lang, more like De Long Hands. Really good save. Really poor joke. Through in the Champions League. And you can see we're back up to 4th in La Liga. With our next fixture in Europe, revenge time. It's going to be PSG.